Hello, good morning and welcome to Wednesday, 3rd January 2024. My name is Noble Crosby and this is the news on 3FM 92.7. The bulletin is live from our studios here at number 35 John Hammond Street at the Subway Kanda in Accra. We're live also on 3news.com plus on all our social media handles at 3FM 927. Coming up in the next 10 minutes, minority in Parliament kick against President Akufo-Addo's directive for an immediate probe into the SML revenue assurance contract. Also, governing New Patriotic Party's Bimbilla office attacked by disgruntled members following exclusion of parliamentary aspirant's name from the vetting list. The party has meanwhile set up an appeals committee to resolve disputes which may arise from the process. And much later in the bulletin, we'll tell you how DVLA has justified automation of its systems amidst a mad rush for new registration numbers as the start of the new year. We have details of these stories and a lot more coming to you shortly. Stay with us. Welcome to the program. President Akufo-Addo has ordered an immediate audit into the SML revenue assurance contract. The deal has been at the center of public discussion after journalists exposed allegations of corrupt dealings in an investigative piece. The president has commissioned audit firm KPMG to probe the alleged scandal and report within 2 weeks. Already, the Finance Committee of Parliament is set to conduct a probe into the same deal. The minority in Parliament is unhappy about this development. Leader Kaisela Forcing in a statement says the move by the president has come too late in the day. He adds that Parliament has already started work on the matter and that this move is a mere attempt to whitewash another corruption scandal. The governing New Patriotic Party Bimbilla's office has been vandalized by some aggrieved members of the party, and this follows the removal of a parliamentary aspirant's name from the list. Supporters of Alhaji Zaruk's pitched camp late night at the party's office demanding his inclusion.
No, we don't need it. We want the two of them to contest. What I want that's democratic. That's democracy, really. The MP claims that he's working for the constituency. Yes, why is he running away from contest? If you say you are working for the people, you know you have the base the ground. Why are you running away from the contest? From competition. We are in the democracy system, and we have to come out and then choose whoever wins and will represent the party, and we will accept and support the person. Right now, we haven't gone to vetting, and we have already removed his name. And accepted on what basis? We want to know the reason why the name is.
And those were the views of some supporters of the disqualified candidate. Now, the New Patriotic Party has meanwhile established an appeals committee to address any grievances that may arise from the vetting of parliamentary aspirants set to start today. This is an additional layer to the existing process to foreshore any misgivings that may distract the process leading up to the elections scheduled for the 27th of January. Deputy General Secretary of the party, Haruna Mohammed, has been speaking to 3FM about this development.
We have made provision for appeals where candidates are not satisfied with decisions of vetting committees can appeal to the appeals committee. And this appeals committee is headed by Honorable Osei Prempeh, who is the chairman. Any aspirant that feels dissatisfied or any stakeholder that feels that there is some information that is supposed to be brought to the attention of an appeals committee or the vetting committee will be put before them. We have to make sure as a national party under the leadership of Chairman Stephen Ntim and the General Secretary to make sure that transparency is key and that everybody is given the level playing ground so that we can be able to come back united, more united than before. And that is what we are looking at for.
That was Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, Haruna Mohammed, speaking there. Now, the Electoral Commission says it will conduct elections in certain electoral areas on Tuesday, January 9, 2024, where ties were recorded during the just-ended district-level elections. The EC explained that 20 electoral areas produced identical results for assembly members. It also added that the unit committee race recorded the same results in 41 other electoral areas.
Technically, the numbers are going to be low because people who did not vote for any of the people who are in the tie now may not go and vote in the upcoming elections on Tuesday. And so clearly the numbers are going to be low. Now, it is going to be between those who had the ties, their supporters, or those who voted for them. They will have to go and want to prove a case. And of course, if the aspirants go the extra mile, now the time given to them is virtually short. We are looking at just about a week. So they may not be able to go and campaign vigorously to get more people to come and vote. The turnout will be low, and that is to be expected. What we need to do to get the district assemblies to be accountable in the way they use our resources. We are in this country. Very soon the Auditor General will come up with how the assemblies are appropriating or misappropriating the resources that they collect from us. And you see that the rot continues to grow.
You hear the president of the Chambers of Local Governance, Richard Fiadomo. Moving on, the Driver Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, has expanded its digital operations to cover additional services, resulting in a surge in new car owners in Accra registering their vehicles for the start of the new year. The authority is currently introducing new prefixes for various districts and newly created regions. Judith Brown has more in the following report.
Customers of the Driver Vehicle Licensing Authority visited various offices to complete vehicle registrations as they do every year. The goal is to obtain a 2024 number plate that they believe carries prestige.
It's a matter of having a new car during the year. We are in a new year, 2024. So getting a number with 2024 number, I think, it's better. You can say with it.
It just means 24 is the latest number, so everybody wants the latest. It doesn't necessarily mean.
So you want the latest?
The latest number, yes. That's what I like.
The numbers at the 37 DVLA office appear to be lower this year compared to previous years. With the implementation of new advanced technological services, as promised, the DVLA says their work has significantly been simplified.
It's the issue with the manual system where you have to write or type the chassis number, and the likelihood of omission of a figure was high. This time around, it's not so. And then again, you have to go and queue at the bank to make payments. This time it's not so. You can log on to ghana.gov.gh and then effect payments using that credit card, or you can even use Momo to pay.
There were, however, conflicting views on the ground.
With the old system, some of the challenges I used to experience is the duplication of numbers. I registered a car where I requested for a special number. I was told that, but then that number has somebody also using that number. So you had to come back and do something. But with this biometric and the system issuing numbers, I think that problem will be solved.
I've been here from 7 o'clock. I came to register my vehicle. They said I'm taking a special number, so they have to take my document inside. I've been here more than 4 hours. The document hasn't been taken.
That was a report by my colleague Judith Brown there. Away from that, the Technical University Senior Administrators Association of Ghana, TUSAG, has declared a nationwide strike effective Monday, January 8, 2024, to demand full compliance with their retirement rollover date. TUSAG bemoaned the failure of the management of some technical universities to address their members' concerns after several engagements. President of the association, Joseph Mensah Otias-Shifi, says they would not call off their strike until all their demands are met.
These conditions are not implemented by the 4 remaining conditions. The rest of us would not report for work. Beginning Monday, I'm told Monday is a holiday. If that is confirmed, from Tuesday, 9th of January, we will not go to work at all. It's not a matter of going to work and not working, but not going to work at all. The Minister of Education has engaged the National Executive Committee wanting to mediate in the matter. We want to believe that the speed with which the stakeholders are inviting us to meet is genuine, and it is out of evolution to get a resolution to the matter, but not to respond to the heat and the tension that is emanating from our strike. We want to believe that, especially on the part of GTEC, and insofar as the National Executive Committee is concerned.
Hear the voice of the president of the association, Joseph Mensah Oti Esrifi, speaking there. Ending the morning news on 3FM 92.7. There's more news on our website, 3news.com. My name is Noble Crosby, and business news is up next with Minuafo. First, let's welcome Helen Apiampofo onto the program. Helen, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. How are we doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Manu, good morning. How are we doing this morning?
Good morning, Ellen. I'm tired.
Hey, dear Bane.
Holidays, so
so how was the Christmas? Happy New Year.
Many happy returns. I know, right?
I feel say na.
Money.
What? Coming into our pocket.
Why did you leave it for her to complete it? You didn't leave it for me to complete it.
No, I'm setting your agenda. And cause bossy office is saying that be shiny.
That's right.
Okay. Something shiny on the finger. I mean, what should we expect in this bulletin? More taxes, more bad news. What's coming up?
Why is it? Why are you always thinking about bad things?
Do you have some good news for us, business folk?
Well, of course.
Of
course, it's a new year.
For drivers, that's good news. The emissions tax.
Don't do that, Crosby. Don't do that. You're supposed to be Osofo. You're supposed to be
Crosby. Don't take the wind out of Menu Stills. But Menu, good morning to you again. Happy New Year. Over to you. Business news is up next on 3FM Sunrise on 3FM and 92.7.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the Business News on Sunrise. Coming up in our bulletin, Institute for Energy Security projects relative stability in fuel prices this year. We'll hear from a research analyst. Also, Ghana Insurance Association rules out negative impacts of recent upward motor insurance tariffs adjustments on consumer confidence. We'll hear from President Seth Aklasi.
If you look at the increment based on what we were paying in 2023 and now, it's just on the average of close to 10%.
Plus, Ghana Revenue Authority to go after accounts of foreign nationals over non-payment of taxes worth 1.6 billion cedis. My name is Minuafo. We have details of these stories and more lined up for you. Stay with us. For your time. We'll begin with the Institute for Energy Security as it anticipates a generally stable outlook for petroleum prices in the country this year. Notably, the Institute foresees a slight decrease in the prices of all petroleum products in the domestic market during January's initial pricing window. My colleague Michael Obodu has the rest of the story.
Following a marginal decline in pump prices during December 2023's second pricing window, the IES expects a continuation of this downward trend in the current month.
For performance of petroleum products on the international market, you would see that there has been some consistent or continuous decline when it comes to refined petroleum product prices. I take you to the world fuels market where we did observe that in the past 2 weeks, the price of gasoline had gone down by some 1.76%. Gas oil did some 3.44%. LPG did some 0.14%. This followed last window's decline.
While investigations at major oil marketing companies like GOIL, Shell and Total haven't shown any reductions yet, Star Oil took the initiative yesterday by announcing price cuts of approximately 45 pesos for petrol and 1 cedi 45 pesos for diesel. However, the institute remains cautious in its optimism, acknowledging that the local currency's depreciation might offset the impact of the global price reduction on local pump prices. Despite this concern, the IES holds a positive outlook for petroleum prices in Ghana throughout the year, contingent upon the commencement of operations at the Central Oil Refinery.
The pressure on the cedi will go down in terms of fuel importation. Also, then that means that transactions involving Central would likely be in Ghana city because the company is based in Ghana. If that should happen, then we are likely to see some relative stability and decline because the dollar component of the computation is relatively going to come down significantly. And so on the domestic market, if Centrio's production should come on stream, coupled with the depreciation of the cedi being slowed down, I am looking at the first quarter of the year to be relatively stable and on the downward trend.
The public will be very keen about how the cost of fuel pans out this year, especially because of how it impacts on the cost of living and how it influences key economic indicators like inflation. Michael Obodu, 3 Business, Accra.
And in a related development, energy strategist at Eureka Energy Solutions, Dr. Yusuf Suleimana, is calling for either a review or complete scrapping of government's Go for Oil program to curb rising fuel prices at the pumps. In his view, the program has not only fallen short of its intended objective, but its continuation in its current form risks imposing greater costs on the country than any potential benefits.
We haven't seen Go for Oil impacting the pump prices as we wanted, or as we had anticipated, or as we were made to believe. We haven't seen that. I think the benefits are minimal as compared to the potential cost. So if you weigh the cost, if you do cost benefit analysis, I believe either we have to review it or we should cancel it altogether. And if you want to talk about review, my best bet would be the fact that, if we are capable of doing intergovernmental negotiation, intergovernmental agreement, then I think it's pretty straightforward, and that will deliver us something more substantial, quantifiable than what we are currently doing. The concept, if we had control of our gold even inflow, it could have been a beautiful concept. To minimize our dependency on the hard currency. Every economy is trying to do that.
You heard the voice of energy strategist at Eureka Energy Solutions, Dr. Yusuf Suleimana. Away from that, President of the Ghana Insurers Association, Seth Aklasi, has ruled out any negative impact of the increase in motor insurance tariffs for 2024 on consumer confidence. The association sought approval from the regulator, National Insurance Commission, on a minimum tariff for third-party motor insurers, which took effect on January 1, a decision it attributed to recent economic challenges, particularly depreciation of the local currency over time. Speaking to 3 Business, Seth Aklasi said the increase is less than 10%, hence does not expect it to impact the sector's penetration negatively.
Based on what we were paying in 2023 and now, it's just on the average of close to 10%.
Well, that was the voice of President of Ghana Insurance Association, Seth Aklasi. Sorry about the technical issue, though we'll move on from here. And the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority has disclosed that his outfit is going after the accounts of Ghanaians living abroad over non-payment of taxes. According to him, the GRA carried out some checks on 70,000 accounts of Ghanaians living in 40 countries and discovered monies worth 2.8 billion Ghana cedis. He added that tax liability of 1.6 billion was identified on these accounts after 2 months of work. Reverend Dr. Mishadai Owusu Amwa also reviewed that his outfit is expecting another set of data to come in the first week of January 2024, which could also improve the inflows expected. Now, let's take a listen to how the cedi is faring against major trading currencies and how some of our key commodities are faring on the global market.
On the interbank foreign exchange market, where banks trade amongst themselves, the dollar is selling at 11 cedis 89 pesos. It recorded no price change. The British pound lost 12 pesos and it is selling at 15 cedis 2 pesos. The euro also lost 92 pesos, selling at 13 cedis 4 pesos. However, be guided that these figures will be higher at a forex bureau near you. On the global commodities market, Brent crude oil is down by 0.49%, selling now at about $77 per barrel, while the price of an ounce of gold is down by 0.01%, selling at about $2,063. Price of cocoa is up by 2.07%, selling at $4,283 per ton.
And that was an update from the Forex and Commodities market, ending business news on Sunrise. For more business stories, please check out our website, 3news.com. My name is Mino Afo. Do stay tuned. Sunrise continues.